Welcome back to the channel. What a day in financial markets. As you can see, the account here in Composer up over 5% today, over 15,000. And the really interesting thing is this account actually closed at 300,000 yesterday at 4 o'clock. So since 4 p.m. in the after hours and then into today, it's up almost $16,000, which is tremendous. So yeah, what had happened is that the market was down yesterday, and then after hours, Nvidia just soared, as well as tech started coming back, so on and so forth. And so yeah, it just really really zoomed ahead here, and several of my algos brilliantly, I don't know if that's the proper word there, but they actually bought SOXL at 350 when they traded yesterday, right before the announcement was after hours. And so they've just literally gone to the moon here, as you can see. Some of my beta ballers and Manhattan projects. Just quickly here, you can see some of the best performers for the year. These are my algos that I beta baller. There's 3 beta ballers, and then you have TQQQ, sideways, 200-day moving average, a dippy cutie. Garen Phillips did that back in the day, one of his earlier YouTube videos. Commander, there's a Manhattan Project, a Franken Symphony, TQQQ for the long term. So these are sort of the year-to-date results. Just also for context, I did a capital reshuffling. We just hit 9% since January 17th. That's what I want to talk about now, actually. So I had a meeting with Brian Rivera, Trader Tax CPA, and I actually sold all my positions in my LLC and moved everything individually. And I'm going to be claiming Trader Tax status. So I had to open a new Composer account in my individual name, and then when I file taxes, I have to do Trader Tax status mark to market. And so the cost basis of this account is 290,000 right now. So the wash sale issue won't apply because I'll be mark to market. So it'll just be at the end of the year. If my cost basis is 290 and I end up at 320,000, there'll be a 30,000 gain. There won't be all these disallowed wash sales and such. So it'll just make it more simple in that way. So yeah, it took a while. So what I'm trying to get at here is really I didn't start allocating capital till around January 17th. Yeah, you can see the 17th, a little bit here on the 24th, a little bit in the February 13th, but most were like 17, 19, 26. So towards the end of January are most of these. So you can see that 9% is really after just a month. So, it's not really from January 1st to today. It's, January 17th, so a month and a few days. So that's phenomenal to make 9%. I mean, if you do that, again, it's not saying I will do that in any way, but if you do 9% times 12, it's 108 annualized. I would be shocked if I did 108 annualized, but it's just showing that. And also I want to mention too, and I'm not like kind of doing this to brag. Also, the way financial markets work is, if Nvidia earnings went poorly and the market went the other way after hours. Remember, I was at 300 at the close. So the many algos put me in SOXL and TQQQ or TECL. I would have been at 290 today, which is my cost basis. So I would have been totally flat for the year, as opposed to from the 300 to the 316 right now. So that's also, again, it's always good to be humble in investing and trading, because things can go for you and they can also go against you. But obviously they're going for me today here, up over 5% in a single day. And you can see in the reason, let me see here, like this is one of the beta ballers, up 14%. So you can see right here, SOXL. And SOXL, and again, this bought it at 350, when the trades go out right before. So that's why it's just a tremendous boost. you know, up 14% in some of these algos today, 12%, 7%, 13%, 14, you know, anything in SOXL is going to be at 14.54. So yeah, so that's really great. You know, crossing that 316 right now, staying at the 9%. Let's go over to the Schwab. Let me reduce this a little bit here. So at Schwab, you can see we're up, what, 5% in the algos, and we're still up a good 1.5% in Schwab. You know, so that's also, you know, good. This is more of a vanilla Boglehead buy and hold portfolio. Though I want to say I just actually, this is another interesting story. With one of my real estate properties, I put collateral on this account because I thought I was going to have to do a capital improvement on a real estate property. And I didn't want to have to sell stock in order to pay for that. So what I did is I did a process with the bank where I would be able to borrow against this portfolio. So far, fingers crossed, I haven't actually, I think I solved the issue, so I didn't really need to move ahead with that. And so I'm actually in the process of taking the collateral off of this account. And I'm actually going to begin to pursue options again, which I did very well with previously. I think I did 50,000, 60,000 in the year I did it. But I had to shut it down because one of the rules with the collateral account is you can't sell options. And I really do more of the casino versus the gambler approach. I like to sell options. So really just selling cash secured puts and covered calls on positions to generate a little extra income and then reinvest that back into the account. So yeah, so that's something in the next, I would pray by the time they close that collateral position and, you know, then I do the application for the options and the margins. So that's going to take a few days. So probably 10 to 14 days before I can do that, but I'll definitely do videos on that as well. So yeah, so you can see here we're at 549 plus it's like 316. So about 865 between the two accounts. And it's just, you know, today we're up, you know, up over 23,000. So it's amazing when you start playing with bigger numbers and have a big account, how you can basically, you know, be up over 20,000 a single day. And again, if you 10x this, so if you take this, this account 860, these two accounts 865, and you 10x that, you know, you're up 230,000 today on an $8 million account. So just kind of cool to see the scaling, the sort of orders of magnitude, if you will. But yeah, year to date also on this one, it shows, which is pretty cool. 4.77, it's up over 25,000 for the year in this account. Again, account isn't to really hit it out of the park. This is more in that conservative mold, you know, buy and hold, vanilla index funds and such. Whereas the composer is really, you know, pushing the limits on the algos and such. So, but yeah, I just wanted to hop on today on a day like this to kind of show portfolio update. And yeah, so let's see back here. Yeah, we're up over 316. There we go here. It's loading, camera on. Yeah, 50, about 16 here. So yeah, okay, look at this. Like, look at this bounce on this. Like right here, you can see, and then straight up, you know. So yeah, some of these are up 14% in a day. So we'll see. Well, it'll be fascinating to track. Last year I did 33%, and actually the reason I didn't do higher is because I had some in legacy conservative stuff and composer. I've really gone all into the third generation Discord strategies and composers. So we'll see at the end of the year if I'm able to do, you know, a 30, 40, 50 again. But all right, so that's pretty much it. Didn't want to talk about, you know, too much. Just want to come on, do some screen shares, show what's possible on big up days like this, and show what's possible with composer here. You know, in some of the algos, you know, it's basically 3-4 times what's in a traditional portfolio. Again, that cuts both ways. If NVIDIA came out the opposite, this would be down, you know, 4 or 5% perhaps. So, but anyways, that's pretty much it. Any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and take care. Ciao.